We know that it's very important to strike the right tone with our library marketing and promotions. But when you're creating, let's say, a social media post or a flyer or an email, how do you make sure that you are striking that right tone? I have a little trick I'm going to show you in this episode of the Library Marketing Show. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Angela Hursh from superlibrarymarketing.com. Lots of my readers and viewers head over there and they click on the Library Marketing Show tab because they like to nominate their library or someone else's library that's doing great work in marketing for our Kudos Award. And we start every episode with kudos. Our kudos today goes to the Polk County Library. I can't believe this happened, actually. It's so incredible. So Polk County was recognized on the Kelly Clarkson show for one of their TikTok or Reel videos. You may remember a while back, there was a trend of how your boss might be saying this is a one-person job, but it's better if two people do it. So Polk County put together a really awesome video using that trend, and Kelly Clarkson loved it and talked about it on her show and interviewed two of the library staff members on the Kelly Clarkson show. So I think that's an amazing thing. Great job, Polk County Library. I put the link to that video down below so you can watch it too. And now for today's topic, which is a very simple way to figure out if you're striking the right tone with any library promotion. We're going to use AI. I would love to show you how to use AI to check the tone of your promotion and how to adjust the tone if you're not striking exactly the right one. All right, for this scenario, I'm going to use ChatGPT, and I'm going to show you 3 scenarios in which you can use an AI tool like ChatGPT or Copilot or Google's Perplexity to help you write certain things that you might have to write as you're working on library promotions to make sure you're striking the right tone. So the first scenario I came up with is help writing a promotion. You always need to tell the AI tool, you have to give it a prompt. So you have to tell it, like, pretend you work at a library. You can even say, pretend you work at a library and you're in charge of promotions. That really just kind of helps the AI tool to understand what it is that you're asking of it. I have asked it to create some text for a flyer for a program that teaches people how to create a memory scrapbook. I gave it some details about the program, and I want to make sure that the flyer is friendly and inviting without being condescending. In other words, I want it to be the tone to be for people who might be a little nervous about doing crafting because they may never have done it before. I want it to sound like it's something that everybody can do. So let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. Okay. Okay. And you can copy this. I don't know if you've ever worked with ChatGPT, but you can hit this little copy icon and put it into your flyer, and you can adjust it. For example, you might not have limited space. You might have a lot of space in your program, so you could edit that. Perhaps you have an actual name for your memory scrapbook program that you can add in. What I like, but I'm not sure, it always adds emojis, so you might want to take those out. But if you're creating a flyer in a design program, this at least gives you a nice place to start, and then you can make it your own for your library. I like also that there's not a ton of text here. We don't want to put too much text on a flyer. So it's done a pretty good job of getting me at least started on creating some text for a flyer. You could ask it to tweak it. So for example, if you wanted to appeal to older adults in your area, you might say, to appeal to older adults. Just to see what it says. So it did tweak it nicely. I like that it added the words relaxed and enjoyable. That's cool. Preserve your cherished moments in a beautiful memory scrapbook. So this is really nice. Creating flyers sometimes I love to write text myself, but some people don't feel super comfortable doing that. So this can really be a great way to help you with that. And it helps you strike the right tone to draw people to your program. Okay, this is something I have actually done in my real life, both for work and personally. Sometimes you have to email somebody and you personally might be a little, let's say, ticked off at them because they haven't gotten back to you. So my next scenario is that I am emailing a program presenter who I talked to last month about doing a history program. I asked them for their availability, but they haven't written back. And so now I'm under a deadline and I want to make sure that I'm writing an email that doesn't sound angry or aggressive. I have done this with customer service in my real life too, so that I get a better result from a company that I'm working with. And you can ask ChatGPT to help you write an email. So let's see what it says. Here's a professional but firm email you can use. I hope this message finds you well. We're excited, blah, blah, blah. We're working under a deadline to finalize our program schedule. And it even like gives you a place to insert a deadline for the presenter to get back to you. It's pretty short. It does feel very friendly. So this is really helpful because sometimes, your emotions, you don't want your emotions to come across in an email. You want to remain professional. This can be really helpful in that situation. And then the third scenario I have is pretending that my library is going to have to close next week for some emergency repairs to the HVAC system. And I'm worried that we're going to get a lot of complaints from our community members because our next closest library location is 20 miles away. So I'm asking ChatGPT to help me write a social media post that is sympathetic to those who will be impacted by this closing. So let's see what it says. Yeah, this is pretty good. We understand how inconvenient this will be for many in our community. Apologize for the disruption, give the community members some information about the nearest branch. And then without my prompting, it also put in the post that we do have online resources that people can use, and saying we're working as quickly as possible to resolve the issue. And an emoji, of course. So that was really helpful. I hope that this is helpful to you as you're working on some text. Sometimes it's just difficult to write it, especially if you're particularly emotional about something. You can use ChatGPT to announce the end of a library service, the start of a library service, the cancellation of a program, just to help strike the right tone. And like I said, with your emails, you can also use it when you're emailing your coworkers, especially if you're feeling particularly emotional about something that they have or have not done. This can be really helpful to strike the right tone. So I hope you saw how easy that was. I would love to know if you think this is a way that your library can use AI, and are you using AI in other ways for your library marketing? I'm really curious. I know my other viewers will be too. Let's get a conversation started down in the comments. And that's it for today's episode, but I've got lots more tips on my channel. So if you want to continue learning more, head to this next video and I'll meet you there.